You're listening to Royal Ramble.
Let's get ready to rumble! Oh, Michael, this is going to be fun to watch.
Welcome back to Royal Rambles episode 9. We've been gone for a month and a half. Our last episode featured the Wishlist host Ashwin and Mark Odea, and now we are back. Sorry for the delay. Everyone's been away and also busy for this month, so we are back. Episode 9. I'm Belvin Gill, president of the Malaysian Wrestling Fan Club, and alongside me, Arvin and Suresh.
Hey, good to be back.
And we have a lot to cover, so we're going to go right into it. But before we go there, we have to mention the biggest box office draw match happening in 2 months, August 26th or 27th in Malaysian time. The match that everybody wanted to see. Now that it's happening, everybody's like, do we really want to see it? Mayweather and McGregor. I'm predicting a first round knockout for McGregor. As much as I love him, I'm actually rooting for him. But you can't go into a man's profession.
I foresee a lot of running around for 12 rounds.
Which
Exactly.
happened for the last...
Pure defensive boxing.
Exactly, Version 2.0, the last
Yeah.
fight that
Pacquiao and Mayweather.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep. So the thing is, it's just going to go a lot of hugging, a lot of defensive punches.
A lot of referees saying something.
Yeah.
A lot of hugging.
Yeah, a lot of hugging. And then he wins. Floyd wins, technically.
You don't get to 49-0 if you don't keep running around and trying to avoid punches. But he's smart and he's quick with his jabs and stuff, and he wins points. Yeah. And McGregor might get frustrated. He can't kick him because actually there's a clause in the contract. If he actually pulls out any MMA stunt, he will get a lawsuit against him.
That's just not fair, in my opinion.
It's just Mayweather being smart, and it's also because of the money. Both of them are guaranteed 180 million before counting the sponsorship money, without counting the pay-per-view rights. So easily each person is going to get at least 300 million running around for 12 rounds.
No, I honestly think McGregor is doing this so he can buy a share in UFC.
Yeah, good point.
Could
Because
be.
Mark Wahlberg says he's going to sell it to him if he wants to buy it. So.
And Dana White did say that McGregor will fight this year in UFC, so I think it's part of a long-term plan.
Yeah.
If he gets this match and then he comes back to the UFC.
Good point.
So it's going to happen in the T-Mobile Arena, August 26, 27 Malaysian time, probably morning. And we're looking forward to that match, of course. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of WWE guys around there watching it as well.
You may want to Google like kidney or like liver rates online so that you can buy a ticket to go and watch the match. It's going to cost a shit ton of money.
And it's just an exhibition match. The match card will be organized by the Mayweather Promotions. So hopefully Anthony Joshua gets a match in that one. But I think it's going to be a very properly packed undercard.
We don't know if we got any showings in Malaysia at all, but petitions can be run. We've got history of someone running petitions, and
Yes.
I think you need to do it for the people.
I will. Hopefully, I'll speak to Astro. If they're not showing it, we'll run a petition. If it doesn't, we will tell you the links where to watch it, how to watch it, because I'm very sure like Sid's Pub in KL and all the sports pubs in KL
it's on Showtime pay-per-view in the US.
Yeah, so you will end up watching it somehow or the other. We'll help you. If you can't, go to Sid's Pub. They have some illegal streamings, but yeah. So
They do it legally.
They do it legally.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
That's
pay
nice
for
place.
it. Yeah, they pay for it.
Yeah, Arvind, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's true. So they will show it. Probably have a gathering by then, and all of us can watch it together. So going to WWE. Before I'm just going to go to the WWE Singapore show. We'll talk about it more at the end. But just to remind everyone, it's on July 28th in Singapore Indoor Stadium, which is about 10 days away. 10 days away.
No, we got a friend that does a daily countdown. It's 9 days. I trust that friend.
Oh no, he's doing 9 days because he's going 1 day earlier. Yeah, so
it's like 2/3 of the Rambling Monkeys will be there in Singapore.
yes, we don't get it in Malaysia, but they are back in Singapore twice in 2 years now, isn't it?
3 years.
3 years.
Last year was Philippines, isn't it?
Oh yeah. So it's twice in 3 years, and so you're looking forward to it. They have the full squad and full roster. I know Hardy Boys is not subject to be there, probably because the wife was going to give birth, but now that she's given birth and they're back, so hopefully they'll be there. They wouldn't be the WWE champion, of course, because he's there like 6 months once. So, but you'll get the rest of the roster. I think all the fan favorites will be there. I think it'll be a good show. I think they're going to Japan first, isn't it? And then coming down, you get to see also Nakamura and his entrance. That's worth paying the ticket by itself to go there. Nakamura's in
No,
SmackDown.
it's not. So
It's a Raw Smack.
it's a Raw. So what they do
Raw.
is with these tours around this region, like Japan, Malaysia, Australia, it's always a Raw dominated roster that comes through. And I don't get that why. I think rotation is important, but for whatever reason,
a flagship show,
Raw being
isn't it?
flagship,
Yeah.
they always bring down Raw. So
Probably Raw does better in this region.
probably maybe
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I
I
don't.
think if the flagship show and your ratings are the highest in that show, they will predict that people want to see dead stars like
Yeah.
Roman Reigns and all that. But Nakamura is doing Japan, isn't it?
He might do Japan, but he's not the Singapore.
Yeah,
card,
so
though.
that's why I was confused. He's coming to Japan because Japan, of course.
yeah.
And then he's probably leaving, and then the rest of the guys are coming to Singapore. So we are looking forward to that. If you guys are coming, let us know in the comment section in YouTube, and see if we can all meet you guys there and have a mini gathering, isn't it?
Yep.
And Rambling Monkeys will be there to cover the event, and we'll do a post show after that. So yeah, looking forward to that. So to Raw now, as you know, we have 2 pay-per-views coming out. For SmackDown will be our favorite, Money in the Bank, and also for Raw will be the Great Balls of Fire.
Belle's emphasis on balls shows how much she likes them.
I know, and I like how we all make fun of the name, but some commentators go like, "Oh, it's a very good name. Look at the name itself."
They changed the logo.
Yeah,
So
slightly.
initially the
because it looked like a dick and balls.
yeah. So now they have changed it to a
A
more.
burning dick and balls.
It's an old WCW pay-per-view, isn't it? Great Balls of Fire. So yeah, they make it work. It's WWE anyway. So we have Brock Lesnar, who decided one day, like, you know what? Since I won the title 4 months ago,
I
probably
should
be
do a
good-
show.
I should come back and probably like wrestle. Something that he's getting paid for. God knows what the contract is with WWE. He's supposed to have more dates, and now he is 4 months coming back. After
Maybe they're saving him for the rest of the year.
could be
The big ones, the SummerSlams and the Survivor
Could be,
Series.
could be, but then it doesn't make sense. I was listening to a podcast recently. If you want to emphasize like how Naomi had to give up the title because she couldn't defend it in 1 month, in 30 days, and then she had to re-fight back at WrestleMania and win it back. If you're doing that kind of rules, you have to be consistent throughout. So he hasn't wrestled in 120 days. So where's the rule apply here? Because he's part time.
WWE is chauvinistic.
So now the Intercontinental Champion is actually the main title on Raw.
I
isn't it?
sometimes forget there's a world champion on Raw.
Yeah. Actually, there's only one champion right now, it's Jinder Mahal. If you compare one world champion. Represent, yo. So, yeah. Good fight. I think Samoa Joe is it looks
It's an inspired
legit.
choice. It's an inspired choice, I must say.
True.
It's not the typical.
I think it looks very legit.
It looks
Yeah.
legit.
Two proper badasses fighting. I just
But
hope
the-
Samoa comes out somewhere with some credibility out of this.
Yeah. But the thing is, do you notice there's a formula that Brock Lesnar has worked out? When he comes back, he has a locker room brawl. He did that with John Cena. He did that with Undertaker. Now he's doing it with Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Then after that, there's a Paul Heyman solo promo.
Yeah, and
To hype up the
someone
thing.
comes out and confronts Paul Heyman.
Yeah, then after that, there's like a UFC video style promo, where they have the black and white interviews. I'm gonna kill him. He's dead. I'm the beast.
What are the chances of this? Probably like a wish is like Paul Heyman turns on Brock and join forces with Samoa Joe. Or will it happen more towards Finn Balor because they had that segment on Raw before?
I don't think it'll happen because if that happens, then you need Brock to speak on the mic.
and appear more often to be relevant.
Exactly.
Isn't it? True,
Yes.
true. So yeah. Well, it is a wish list. I think when it happens,
Maybe at the end of his contract, but not now.
But
right?
I foresee we have an exciting conclusion to this feud. So far, Brock Lesnar has had excellent finales to almost all his fights, including Goldberg, which was like to me one of the exciting highlights of WrestleMania.
surprisingly.
Yeah, surprisingly.
So-
The only sucky one the feud he had is with Dean Ambrose.
Do you even remember the feud between Ambrose? It's so
yeah, but that
forgettable.
was such a horrible match at Mania. man.
Yeah.
They had the most PG hardcore match ever.
Exactly, at Mania.
So
Ambrose, you suck, okay? I know there's a lot of Ambrose fans here. You have zero personality. Stone Cold tried on his podcast, he failed. Brock Lesnar tried, he failed. You have zero personality. The only person who can see it, I don't know how, is Renee Young.
Sushina all the way in Australia is going to come
And,
and hammer you.
and Shamili as well. So, yes. If they do hear the podcast. But yeah. Going over, okay. I predicted this guy to have great things towards the end of the year. I think everybody, Triple H as well, predicted this guy was going places. He was legit one of the best guys on the roster. World champion the next 6 months for sure. Got drafted to Raw and now he's fighting Bears. I'm talking about The Miz, who was doing so amazingly well in SmackDown. Came to Raw and I think everybody had the same feeling, I'm sure. The moment he came to Raw, you were like, oh my god. And now he's fighting Bears and he's fighting with his wife and Dude, like, please, what? This guy was legit.
But I still got a lot of respect for him. I think he can carry such an entertaining storyline.
Yeah, but
he takes it for the team. No? He really is like one of those workers in companies where you can depend on to do whatever. No?
Like you lah, isn't it?
Yeah, but the thing is,
No?
how long can you
yes,
do
sir.
that? How long can
I
you do it
know,
before
I
you get
know.
frustrated?
When he was so close to being a world champion in SmackDown. Like,
But he's brought prestige back to in the Continental Championship, and that I respect.
then why bring him to Raw? Keep him in SmackDown where you know he's flourishing. You bring him to Raw just to fill up time and fight with bears
You know
on a
how-
bicycle.
No, because Raw has so much lull. There's so much lull periods on the damn show.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you need to bring interesting personalities over.
It's a clown show now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Miz lost his credibility. What he's built for the past 6 months is gone now. I just am so frustrated with this.
You're
because
frustrated because your prediction didn't come right.
be-
isn't it?
because not only that, because
We removed his title as Nostradamus.
I lost my title thanks to whoever the hell drafted him to Raw. But I really hope he gets another push. He was getting a push. He had to get a re-push now. So I hope for better things and for Dean Ambrose to like just get retired or injured himself and just don't appear again. All right, I have to give props to Raw though because we get all these predictable storylines and every week it's like something happens at the start of the show. And by the end of the show, like they didn't reveal what's the whole mystery about and stuff. And it was such a boring, lazy way of writing for Raw because just like every week they come to Raw, they start building a show. There's no continuation, so you have to give props. I know Suresh has a thing about he has to say about this. I don't know how to say it. The mystery.
There's a weekly mystery going on.
It's like what do you say? The Hardy Boys.
The Hardy Boys or Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo, yes.
Yeah. So like who
did it?
Who did it? Who's been whacking Enzo?
And my good swerves though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Enzo's getting beaten up. They say, I think it's Cass, and then next week Cass gets beaten up. They're like, oh, okay. So now who's actually
Scooby?
And then at the end of it, you throw in that interview with Bailey and Corey Graves, right? Then at the end of it, she goes, "Can I get a hug?" It's damn creepy, man. He's like, "What?" After that serious talk, you
So I don't know what is Raw getting inspired from. Probably the writers are watching
I
binge watching Scooby Doo.
I think all they're watching like Netflix, too much Netflix, like mystery shows.
So we have just to break it down for you, we have Enzo and Cass now getting beaten up every week, and surprisingly there's no eyewitness. It's like
Big Show somehow thrown in.
yeah, and then Big Show comes in now, and Big Show is having this thing with Enzo, and then Cass getting jealous. So the
Yeah.
7-footers are having their own issues.
Yeah.
And Enzo, who is like this village bicycle, just getting just know how to describe Enzo. Like everybody wants Enzo, or is everybody helping Enzo, or like what's going on? So now they have this love triangle thing happening. So and then they say it's a revival, but actually revival was not there.
just happened to be walking in the back.
Yeah. So which is good actually. It makes us talk about it. Isn't
Yeah,
it? Something we
it's
missed
fun,
from
it's
before.
fun. It's different.
And they can't predict, and seeing the dirt sheets as well, nobody can really predict what's going on, which actually is a good thing. Because like you go to the next segment, you have Kurt Angle, which is phone.
With
and
Corey Graves.
Corey Graves holding the phone. Somehow I read it's going to involve or coincide with Stephanie McMahon's return.
Okay.
So that ruins that. So there's a lot of answers they'll give you beforehand.
We even got the mystery of who is Roman Reigns going to face when he comes back.
Roman Reigns' announcement for SummerSlam. We all hope it's his retirement, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not. It's I think it's either Braun or Cena, one or the other.
One or the other.
I think they're going to keep Cena for later. They're going to keep it for WrestleMania.
No,
moment.
I think it's still going to be Brock and Roman at WrestleMania next year. Our worst fears are going to come true next year
Oh
again.
shit!
But let's not go there. Doesn't mean I'm negative because if
Okay,
Suresh
yeah.
doesn't have a Suran, that shows that there's nothing to be angry about
Yeah,
so
true.
far. So yeah, the Kurt Angle segment, we have the Big Cass and Enzo segment, and also Bailey hugging people. Yeah. So going on to the Money in the Bank, I think it's one of the most looked forward show in a while because you have the men's Money in the Bank. We have Ziggler,
Zayn, Owens, Styles, Nakamura, and Corbin.
and then for the woman we have the Charlotte, Carmella, Tamina, Becky Lynch,
Yeah.
Natalia, and a surprise entrant. And Arvind, you have a hint at who it might be.
I've been hearing that it could be Nikki Bella because it's very weird to have 5 women. The Money in the Bank has always got 6
Minimum
people,
6,
right?
yep.
Yeah.
So it's very weird to have that 5. So
It's actually like Charlotte, Carmella, and Becky Lynch because Natalia and Tamina are not going to win it.
yeah, Tamina
Tamina is not going to win it. Tamina has not been relevant.
interesting,
in
right?
the last
I was looking at all the 6 guys, right? Who do you all think is going to win this one?
Alright, so Suresh, you go first.
I predict Corbin because he's been built up he's been positioned for greatness.
I
He won the Andre the Giant.
Sure.
He
Good
won the Andre the
pick.
Giant. Then the thing is, like, he has been facing people like AJ Styles and John Cena. M.I.T.B is a perfect stepping stone.
I think
for him.
Corbin was my second choice. Who do you think is going to win?
I mean, if you want someone to get straight away to the main event and where he belongs and have a good ending for fan favorite, I would have to go with Nakamura.
Yeah.
Being there, they could swerve and just give it to Sami Zayn.
I don't know. That was mine. I honestly think they're just somehow going to give it to Sami
Knowing
Zayn.
how SmackDown is with Jinder Mahal and Fandango having a tag team match, a championship and all, they do stuff like that. So it's good. SmackDown, you don't know who to predict, but I think top of our heads would be, like they say, either Corbin, Nakamura, but never count out Sami Zayn.
The segments he has backstage, like this past week on SmackDown with Nakamura and AJ Styles, right? It's so funny seeing him be so excited and talk about strategy and everything. And then he won the match for them, but he gets beaten up. So I somehow think they're going to just somehow sneakingly put it. And it'd be nice, like either Corbin or Zayn, I'm fine.
And for the women's Money in the Bank, I'm going for Charlotte actually.
Yeah, I'm going for Charlotte.
I'm going with Carmella.
Oh, I like Carmella.
Wow.
Yeah, because the thing is,
That means we're going to see more.
because the thing is, you have people like Charlotte have already tasted
Yeah.
glory so much already. I think Carmella is just perfectly positioned to own a M.I.T.B.
And so if you're
Yes.
seeing more of James Ellsworth.
Yeah, the thing is, James Ellsworth is there, so he's actually a factor and could be a factor in why she
Probably be
wins.
scared climbing up the ladder.
We also have another two matches which we're looking forward to. One is, of course, Jinder and Orton. Are they going to continue Jinder's title run? Is the Singh brothers going to interfere? Could the winner of the Money in the Bank cash in the same night if they want to keep both guys?
My prediction, the Maharaja will retain.
Yes, and my prediction is the biggest slap because Orton's dad and everyone's going to be in the front row because it's
Yeah.
Randy Orton's hometown, right?
Yes.
I'm feeling they're just going to let Jinder have it for just a little while more.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like, why give it to Randy Orton again? You know, the thing is, it's like he has already had numerous runs. The thing is, there's no real purpose to it. Jinder Mahal holding it
I think they
is
could-
best for business.
I predict that they will probably halfway in the match something will happen. The referee will ask the Singh brothers to eject to be ejected from the ring. So
Yeah.
just both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, wouldn't make sense for Singh brothers to interfere right again, and somehow Jinder sneaks a win probably. And
Yeah.
so
But the
let's
thing is,
see.
it also gives opportunity for Jinder to silence his doubters, lah. You know, and like really legitimately win.
That's the
retain
thing.
title.
It's hard because he's talking about America and how India is number one and all that, and they don't let those kind of storylines and characters win clean. So
Bell, right now to all our listeners, right? Can you just say, I'm going to speak in my language of Punjabi
I
in a
can-
couple of lines?
I can say that part, but I just can't see the other Punjabi words.
I also like to say that I foreseen this. I was a visionary.
So you're not,
I predicted Jinder Mahal would be relevant by this time period. So I
It's
think-
not-
as you can see, I lost my Nacho Balmas
This
prediction.
is way above relevance right now.
yeah.
really.
See, the thing is, like, I predicted New Day.
Oh god,
I predicted. What else did I predict?
Why WWE can't just...
Seth Rollins
I
to be on the face.
I've
of,
always predicted
I
Seth
predicted Seth Rollins. What else did I predict, bro?
To WWE guys
you
listening,
don't have to rub it in.
creative writers, you know who to hire.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I lost my Nacho Balmas. I can't predict things.
I'm in tune with Vince McMahon.
My world champion, which I thought going to be world champion, is fighting with Bears now. So I
Bell's the only one that remembers
when
the
Vince
Punjabi
McMahon-
prison match. No one else remembers the Punjabi
Yeah.
prison
When
match.
Vince McMahon closes his eyes,
YouTube it.
he sees my face.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, he has seen people like Trish Stratus, Lita, Michelle McCool.
But he has not seen Suresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he sees it every night.
Yeah.
He closes his eyes. bro.
He's a 70-year-old man. Why would you want to look at a Mark Henry creative writer? Like, well, he is weird, so you never know.
Yeah.
So, talking about SmackDown and Money in the Bank, John Cena is slated to appear after all his appearances in Hollywood on July 4th, was it?
Yeah, but he did a good job on Jimmy Fallon.
Oh yeah, I
He was
liked it.
genuinely hilarious.
He
has a career set for him after wrestling is over.
Yeah, but he keeps emphasizing that he doesn't want that. But they are pushing the new guys, and I think they're doing this quite well. Of Cena going off, coming back, keep him relevant at the same time, not so in the main event. So I think they're doing it well, balanced, because he still is a draw. John Cena is still a draw, merchandise-wise, and also tickets. People will still want to come and see him, boo him, or whatever. They keep emphasizing the word free agent, that he's coming back as a free agent. He's going to appear on Raw, SmackDown on July 4th, but he's going to be a free agent, which shows that he might cross over to Raw, cross over to SmackDown, whichever needs him more in terms of ratings.
SmackDown needs him more. I mean, I like SmackDown being the land of opportunity, but you also still need one or two really established names.
I think he'll appear on both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And probably say who wants me
For a
more.
part-timer, I think it doesn't matter where he appears. Doesn't matter if he's just solely on Raw, SmackDown. He can appear both because he's not going to be there every week. So, Suresh, do you think he's gonna his return is gonna coincide with Jindamal being another foreigner? Easy meet for him to
4th of July.
Oh man, another Rusev.
No, but Rusev, honestly, I know we were there at WrestleMania when he beat Rusev, the undefeated streak for the US title. But Rusev has been relevant after that as well, surprisingly. I think thanks to Lana and all that. Jinder, if he loses to Cena, if they have this feud, I think
He will die.
He will die.
He will die. He'll get buried.
Yeah. So they'll probably try reunite 3MB again.
Yeah.
With a former world champion.
With two Punjabi guys.
Who's the other Punjabi guy?
The Punjabi bros lah.
Singh brothers.
Singh brothers.
Oh.
Bell gets upset when we don't get the names right because he's trying to apply to walk with Jinder to the ring.
Oh yeah, oh my god. I'll dance, man. Play the dole. Come on, what are you talking about? Okay. So, Braun Strowman had the most monster push we've seen in years, like legit. And he has the size as well. And the presence. Got injured.
Man.
But the good thing is, they actually did a storyline thing by saying he'll be out for 6 months. He's actually ready to fight. And so what do you think, Arvind, will be a good comeback for him to like come back and be at the same level he was when he left?
I think it'll be continuous with Roman, to be very, very honest. I think they're just going to push it to SummerSlam. I could actually see that match at SummerSlam, probably that one last fight kind of a thing. He injured Roman by throwing him off with the ambulance and all that stuff.
So epic.
And then Roman did this to him, so I could see just one last thing, because I don't know where else they could fit him right now.
Ambulance match, probably?
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Ambulance match.
Ambulance match.
Ambulance. So yeah, but we hope he comes back soon in a proper story. And they're good, they're keeping him away. Yeah, come back for like a proper thing.
Did we talk about Bray Wyatt and JoJo?
No, that's at the end. That's like the...
Because at the end he must say, run.
Good thing you mentioned it. She comes up to Bray Wyatt and JoJo. As you know, Bray Wyatt has...
The whole world.
Now he has JoJo's ass in his hands.
Hands.
JoJo's wife has... JoJo's wife. Bray's wife has filed for divorce because he's been cheating on her with JoJo, who's had her history with Fandango before. And she's young and naive, so I think this guy's going to be like, So, and now they're not making it like... they're not hiding it. They're actually appearing on TVs together, driving in together and stuff. You were mentioning, Arvind, your friend mentioned like they saw them before. Just tell what your friends
so
saw.
like in America, I think when these fans take photos or meet wrestlers, there's always cliques of people that hang out together after shows. But it's a very well-known fact that JoJo and Bray are always together and they're always having drinks. And then she always comes out and she's quite high in how she is, and then she takes photos with friends. And he's always very hugging with her. So I think this has been there for a while.
You don't blame them. They're on the road 300 days a year.
But you can't do it when you're with someone legally, in my opinion. I think you just have to...
John Cena did it. No one mentions that. Matt Hardy, Lita and Edge had that thing as well.
Yeah.
I think on the road 300 days a year with the same. Rusev and Lana basically got together because they were the storyline together. Same with Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella as well.
Rusev would be the dumbest flirt ever to cheat on Lana.
No, what I'm saying is that you're on the road so much.
Yeah,
you
it
end up being
happens.
together.
I can understand why it happens.
Yeah, that's why Rusev locked that down, bro.
Exactly, man.
As soon as he could.
As soon as he could, he locked that down.
So it happens, I think. We wish them all the best. Sometimes shit like
I think
this.
she's quite attractive, actually.
She is actually attractive. She's just young.
Yeah.
But we wish them all...
JoJo has a marvelous booty.
Oh yeah. Like...
Booty!
I think New Day rested the booty old cereals on her booty and it just stood there like...
Really?
Yeah. It's an old picture. So yeah, we wish them all the best if it does work out. So yeah. So her brother-in-law is Bo Dallas. He believes in them.
Hey, he was relevant this weekend. He stopped the fight between Brock and he was there. I saw him.
So it was on TV.
He was on TV.
TV
So
time.
yeah.
Speaking about TV time, Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil.
Hey, it's fun, lah. Now they're trying to get Kazan.
Like Titus trying to corrupt Apollo Crews.
Where is this gonna end? Like, what's the end result for this?
Selfies at the end. Titus brand.
No, the thing is, you know what happened? The two of them become crime time.
Oh god.
That's how I see it going when the two start cheating together.
titles has not recovered since he touched Vince McMahon a year ago. He's got suspended.
Apollo Crews is the perfect human specimen. The bugger is buff as hell.
He can do a standing moonsault.
He can do a standing moonsault. He is a pure athlete, but the guy has horrible luck. I think I see his face. When he smiles, I feel pity. I don't know why.
So what the fuck am I doing here?
That's the face he does when he gets a selfie at the end of the match.
If he was in TNA, the bugger would be champion.
Fighting Lashley every week.
I think for a year he'd be champion.
Talking about black super guys, buff guys.
Black super guys.
I mean buff.
Oh.
Well, we don't get black champions in WWE, isn't it? So I'm coming to TNA since I am.
Such a smooth
So
shift.
Black champions.
Yeah. So talking about black champion, which you don't get
Black super guys.
super guys. Lashley versus Suresh's favorite, Paige's future husband, Al Patron.
Al Patron, yes.
Yes. What's happening there, Arvind?
He is the GFW champion, Patron, and Lashley.
Your Patron sounds Indian.
and Lashley is the champion of TNA.
Does Paige appear in TNA?
No, she doesn't. She I don't think she's still
No,
contracted.
she's contracted to WWE.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
I thought maybe she'll be at ringside.
but
So she can't. How do you appear?
as a fan, like appear there.
She
Can't
can't.
know it.
They won't be able
see
to.
like one pale, pasty, white chick.
She got a documentary coming out under WWE, and she's contracted. She appears in TNA.
It's
She's
not a
gonna
documentary. It's a biopic.
biopic. So she's gonna shoot herself in the foot if she ever does that. I think she's smart enough to know not to.
Yeah.
A piece of advice,
She
Lana. Paige.
already shot like most of her foot off already.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I think it's like a few bits and pieces dangling from her feet left.
A word of advice to you: if you're gonna get drinks with Alberto Del Rio, stop taking live videos because you're gonna keep shitting on WWE while you're there. And what do you think is gonna happen to you when you come back to WWE? Nobody's gonna welcome you with open arms. You're gonna have.
I honestly don't care anymore
Yeah.
if she appears or doesn't appear.
Yeah.
It's like she's like lost relevance.
But
It's like gone for too long.
yeah, too long. But TNA, they're moving towards Slammiversary, which is their 15th year anniversary.
Yeah.
But I've heard some quite disturbing stuff because they went to India recently, right? They had 2 shows in India. They did 2 shows in India, and it seems the fans were allowed to come in for free, which happens in America also.
Yeah.
Fans allowed, but it seems some of the fans were not wrestling fans, and they paid them a little bit of rupee for them to actually cheer and chant. So it's quite sad. I hope the company doesn't fold.
We've been saying that they're going to go bankrupt for 10 years already.
Yeah.
They're still alive.
Jeff Jarrett's has taken over TNA, isn't it now? Like
He and his wife are there, Karen, they're there, but I think they try and stabilize it as much as they can.
that's why Steiner's coming back as well
Yeah.
because Jeff Jarrett's back at the helm.
No,
Yes.
but I think it's so when they go to India, is what Shira is going to be the highlight.
Shira was the highlight when he was there. They showed like videos
So,
of him in the village.
Did he do the Shira?
Yeah, he did the Shira with the village and everything. The kids and all that were also happy with him.
Do the Shira, man. Do the Shira.
Did Shira.
You'll see in the future episode in this video, they're actually legit doing the Shira.
The Shira.
It looks like a genie kind of thing, like.
Yeah.
But they were successful with the King Ka Ring or Ring Ka Ring, something that the Indian show they used to do there. They were successful with that. But I think it basically boils down to exposure. There's no exposure of the stars.
I think the big highlight is what Sanjay Dutt versus what I call it, Tiger Ali Singh. No, not Tiger Ali Singh.
Tiger Ali Singh. What?
No.
That was 20 years ago.
No. Okay. Who's the other? I think it's an Indian guy.
The Indian guy. There's only Indian guy I know. It's Sanjay.
Then like, who is he fighting? I know it was the highlight. I have not watched TNA for like at least a year.
I watch it on a weekly basis. But
he doesn't know who.
I quit after the Hardys left.
Actually, I came back to start watching TNA again when they had this Aces thing, where 8 guys came in the ski mask.
That's like freaking 10 years
that's
ago.
That's a year ago.
Yeah. 10 years. You were Tiger Ali Singh was 20 years ago. Every week they used to appear and remove their mask and stuff. It was like
That's a
Devon
year
and
ago?
Barbare. No,
Yeah,
2
but
years
no,
ago.
that's just like a rebel motorcycle group. It wasn't the best of storylines at that
No,
time.
at that time it was relevant because like everybody started tuning in to be like, hey, who are they gonna reveal every week? And then Barbare started being in the title picture because he was dating Hulk Hogan's daughter and he was fighting Sting. And at that point, they were relevant. And then once
Joker Sting.
Now TNA's whole concept is make TNA great again, just like Trump wants to make America great. So TNA actually says, they actually got interviews every week where the big stars go like, what am I going to do to make TNA great again? So Lashley will speak, EC3 will speak. So that's the direction that they're heading.
so, which they make.
But they have a gift in EC3. EC3 is amazing.
I don't know why EC3 just reminds me of Randy Orton. The way he speaks, the way he looks.
The things, the looks and the physique, yes, I can say. But the personality, EC3 is miles better.
He's a heel, by the way. He turned.
He
can do pariah humor. He can be like this high class heel. He can do anything. I think he shows diversity.
He appeared on X-Park's podcast a few days ago, and he spoke about having unfinished business in WWE. So I think he is looking forward to come back. And I think give it like 6 months or a year.
But he left like not even in mid card. He left like bottom of the barrel
of the chain. Yeah.
Well, to give props.
Same like Drew McIntyre left in
I'm
shame.
happy with Drew. Let's go to NXT.
So it's good that you have a company like TNA who brings these guys who were rejected by WWE, shine them up till the point where WWE wants them back and make them big stars. So if you don't have people like competition like TNA and all these companies, where are these guys going to go and come back again? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So props for TNA. We hope they continue. Jeff Jarrett now has taken over or something, but Dixie Carter is still involved.
But apparently the newest guy in the block in the North America right now is NJPW actually. New Japan Pro Wrestling has managed to penetrate into the North American market. They are growing rapidly. They currently have about 150,000 to 50,000 to 150,000 viewers. So they are growing. They are growing.
It's good to have alternatives. I think it's very important.
Which is good you brought that up, Suresh, because we also want to talk, since now our podcast is going to be on a YouTube channel as well. It's good to talk about how YouTube is now put wrestling under the offensive category. You want to say something about that?
That is really unfair, because the thing is, the content that we watch by people who actually cut and edit together segments, and they do like post-event reviews and stuff. These guys are no longer making money. So imagine if they have like 1 million views, they're making about $100-200. So it's killing the market. Content creators are now stuck producing other content to make ends meet.
Companies are closing down.
People who used to be YouTube focused are now relying on pay-per-view in terms of ticket sales and all that to sustain. So the thing is, there's a petition up.
We'll share it
we'll share it in the page.
Malaysia
Wrestling Club. So the thing is, please sign the petition. The thing is, we need to let YouTube know that it's not promoting violence. It's scripted entertainment.
To be fair, if they're gonna look at those kind of wrestling matches which you mentioned, which is of course family friendly and it's a pure form of and unique form of entertainment. If you go to the backyard wrestling and you see people like getting tombstone through to barbed wires and having their heads cut off and bleeding, okay, that's offensive. That is violent and shouldn't be condoned. And then you have these wrestling matches which like proper wrestling matches, family friendly, the kids come and watch it. YouTube is probably stuck in the middle. Now what is offensive, what is not offensive? The legit ones are not offensive. What's the video we had? What's the company? CZW, the one where Dean Ambrose was like...
Crazy Zone Wrestling.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. Like, I wouldn't want my kids to watch that. Like legit, there was like a mini chainsaw where they like cut it on Dean Ambrose's head.
Everywhere.
It got like 200,000-300,000 views, or maybe now millions, because it's entertaining but it's also offensive. So sign the petition to show like this is the wrestling that we mean, not that kind of wrestling. Like, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, try to balance it out. And
no, the thing is, I think there's a proper review method where people can actually list or mark a video as offensive
if they find it offensive.
So the thing is, if people find it offensive, then you can already blanket it in such a way. I don't think it's fair to just do it in a broad stroke that all wrestling shows are considered violent
and
offensive. So I hope you guys sign the petition. Make a difference.
Sure. We'll put it in the comment section YouTube and sign it, and let's see what happens. Petition works, as we have experienced before. Petitions do work. Arvind, you are the expert in NXT, and you wanna what's the highlight? What's the highlight been for NXT the past month or so? Like, what's happening?
I think NXT is going through a period now, I think, where it's a bit concerning. They don't have one star that is really out there.
Since Nakamura left?
Yeah, since Nakamura left. Before that, you had Balor, you had Samoa Joe, you had people who you could see as legit main eventers, even going to the main roster, right? With Glorious, he's okay, but I don't think so. It's at that level. So maybe it's a level below it. Now you've got him fighting with Roderick Strong, and Roderick Strong is very much, his story is I've got a beautiful wife, I've got a kid. So it's come across a little bit friendlier in that sense. So the storyline is not that captivating.
And the number 10 guy also left. What's his name?
He's in Ty Dillinger is in SmackDown.
Yep.
The one interesting part I think now that the NXT has is who's going to dethrone Asuka. Asuka has been doing it for so long. She's beaten Goldberg's record of being undefeated.
And she's about to beat New Day's
there you go.
Tag Team Championship.
So she's been fighting in Nikki Cross, and the other day they had a massive backstage segment.
Oh, I saw it. That was
they
amazing.
threw on the
That
chair,
was
the
good.
tables, and everything. So it was quite cool in that sense. And another one is who is eventually going to defeat Authors of Pain. So those I think were the things that
Authors of Pain, I good you mention that because for Asuka, if you compare, are they going to do the same shit they did with Charlotte's pay-per-view record and just end it in a whimper and just lose that whole build-up of a pay-per-view record? Are they going to have a record for so long and then come to main roster and lose it the first night?
I think they don't have someone who can
Who's
be
legit?
at that level to take that belt from her. I think they tried it with Ember Moon, but it doesn't work. I like the iconic duo. I love Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. I absolutely love
You
that
find
character.
them hot.
I
isn't it?
absolutely
but
love
the thing
the
is when they open their mouth,
I know, but the
God.
entrance is good now. The entrance, you're like, me and you, Belle, we'll get to know them eventually. So, but yes,
Okay.
but yes, NXT is still fun.
Why am I not included in this?
Yeah, it's quite sad.
Because you don't want to come with us to WWE Singapore.
Oh, yeah. Suresh's not coming to WWE Singapore, so
I'm broke.
he's not broke. He just wants to buy other more expensive gadgets. So, so NXT, I agree, it's not had that same star power, and they probably pushed too many guys to the main roster too fast. Probably could have sent Nakamura to the main roster and put Ty Dillinger in the main event spot, and then from there slowly.
Like you see, I read a report that Triple H is not too happy with like American Alpha doing so well, so top class matches, and then coming to the main roster
And just being one of the people.
and just being one of those people.
Yep.
So I think he also sees it that there's very few guys that I can pick here and really can dominate. So maybe I think the focus has gone a little bit. I think NXT needs a little bit of a refresher. That's just my opinion.
It's probably good now. There was an article before.
The issue is his father-in-law.
Yeah, his father-in-law is the issue. You know
Father-in-law is the issue.
that. Father-in-law likes big, strong men.
Yeah, big strong man. And the thing is, honestly, he doesn't know what to do with them when they come up.
He doesn't
He just go like, okay, lah, just put them there, lah.
You know why? Because
Fight this fella here, you go fight that fella there.
NXT is a 1 hour show, right? So each of them has like 5 minutes of segment every week. So that in 5 minutes they can do so much in terms of the impact, and people look forward to them. When I go to Raw, it's a 3 hour show. You have to perform 10 minutes every day or 15 minutes every day, plus pay-per-views, plus live events. They get burnt out. You sing too much of them.
It's not. The thing is, there's enough variety to actually produce a compelling show. I think that 3 hour excuse is going on for too long. We have enough talent.
Yeah.
Enough talent. The thing is, the fatigue that we feel is that we watching it for 3 hours.
Yep.
But the thing is, it can be a compelling show if they're segmented properly.
True.
And they have proper storylines. The thing is, we feel the fatigue because the storylines don't go anywhere.
SmackDown, there's a good because it's 2 hours, and also they pack the shows with proper
Yeah,
storylines.
but the thing is, there's proper storylines.
Yep.
So the thing is, people just want to watch good TV.
Hopefully, it's a start now with them doing this mystery road now with everyone.
Yeah, but the thing is, like the last time they had the mystery GM, it turned out to be Hornswoggle sitting underneath the fucking ring.
No, they actually gave up because actually when they started the thing, they didn't know who the GM was going to be, and then when they actually gave up on the whole idea. They had to end it, so they just found the clown Hornswoggle and say, okay, he's
But you don't build up for 6 fucking months.
You
and
forgot
end up
the-
being Hornswoggle.
You forgot the other one then, which is even worse. Who was Vince McMahon's illegitimate son?
Hornswoggle.
It was supposed to be Mr. Kennedy.
He was the higher power, so Vince is everything, basically. He wants to be everywhere.
He was supposed to be Mr. Kennedy, being the illegitimate son of McMahon, and then they dropped that storyline.
Because Kennedy screwed himself.
Yeah, he did screw himself, and then they gave it to Hornswoggle. So the guy would be like, fuck, we screwed up. Hornswoggle, just go and end the storyline.
I get TV time.
NXT just needs to do 2 things. Don't drop the ball with Drew McIntyre. He's come back looking quite serious.
Yep.
And try to sign Adam Cole. If they get Adam Cole in from ROH, I think that's when things get a bit more serious again. That's the 2 things they need to do.
It's good. No, I was saying something. I read the article before where they are.
If they score Jay Lethal, man.
I think Jayta's a very ROH guy. I don't think so.
You bring Jay Lethal to NXT.
As I was saying 3 times a day. Only one sentence. There was an article last time that they say NXT is no more about building stars. It's just about putting a star power there and building a show around him. So it became very lazy. Put Samoa Joe there, put Nakamura there, put Bobby Roode there. Now with the stars gone, they have to build stars now. Proper stars with proper storylines. Like, what's the word? Organically. So I think with Ty Ginger so being gone there, they have to start building guys properly. Like Asuka came in, they built her properly. Now she's like a legit star. AOP as well. So they have to build a single star properly from scratch. So NXT has their work cut out for them. But like you said, I think they will end up.
I think they did really well with the shocker at the last pay-per-view with our friends DIY turning. I think that was massive. I could see the crowd's face, right? The moment that happened, right? It looked genuinely very, very serious.
You know why? Because there's no spoilers for NXT. There's no more people spoiling shows for
exactly,
you.
Yeah, good point.
Also, a piece of advice to all those who are wrestling fans: don't go to the wrestling website. Don't click on anything that might be a spoiler.
Don't spoil tomorrow's Money in the Bank, please, when people are at work.
No, one thing is spoiling it once you watched it. One more is don't spoil the surprise for yourself by today there was article possible M.I.T.B spoiler. I didn't click on it.
Yeah.
But everybody else will click on it.
Yeah,
why are you clicking on it?
Exactly.
The whole point of this is to get surprised, be surprised. Like just how you wouldn't want to watch a pay-per-view. If you watch it live, you will stay off social media until you get to see it.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to get the surprise to be spoiled. Same thing, don't click on spoilers.
I agree. Completely agree.
WWE is all about surprises and stuff like that. So, get surprised. Please be surprised.
Cool.
Alright, that's it for today's show. Good show.
A lot of content.
We will do it every 2 weeks now, we promise. Or 3 weeks, depending on the schedule. After Raya, I think the producer will be a bit more free and everyone can do it on a more consistent basis. And also, SoundCloud is no longer an option, guys.
Oh, no.
Due to some payment issues and some technical issues, we don't have SoundCloud anymore, but it's actually a blessing in disguise. Because
we don't trust the cloud.
Yeah, yes. And so now we are on YouTube, and which I think it'd be easier to share and comment and all that.
And show our faces.
So we will be having a video podcast soon. Hopefully the next episode. Next episode is the Perfect 10.
Perfect 10.
So hopefully we'll have video by then. If not, episode 11. So we'll have video and then we can guess in. You can see our faces. You can see Arvind and Suresh doing the Saira dance. And
Shira
dance, sorry. Yeah. Why did you say yes?
Because it's a Punjabi. Why are you looking at me with that?
And also, the good thing is Suresh cannot wear his boxes anymore while doing the podcast.
I need to wear a shirt now.
Yeah, and comb his hair. So yeah. This has been episode 9. Thank you so much, guys, for listening in. If you have any comments, please let us know. You want to join the show, let us know. We will be having some guests soon. Some guests who actually interviewed Finn Balor last week at WWE Singapore's promotional tour. And so good to get their opinions in of how Finn Balor was. Apparently, he was really cool. And
we're going to get the juicy tidbits of what these guys get to experience in Singapore.
Yes, WWE Singapore will be there. We'll probably do the show after WWE Singapore. Tell you how the show was. Probably post some videos, some photos as well, since we have video now.
Yeah, so the thing is they'll probably be stalking the wrestlers at hotels.
That would be Arvin in the hot. He's actually staying in the hotel, same hotel as the wrestlers.
That's not stalking.
Is there anyone you want to see particularly?
Yeah, funnily, Samoa Joe. That's the only one I want to see, to be honest.
Okay, so I just want to see the show.
Like looking at Samoa Joe, probably be looking into a mirror. In my case, yeah.
Why?
That's what Bell says. The moment he sees Alexa Bliss, he'll probably run. Probably say, "Forget the show."
Alexa Bliss.
Be like looking into a mirror.
Is hot.
Yeah. She's hot as hell.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so surprised. I'm sad Lana's not coming.
That's why SmackDown needs to make more tours around this area. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
WWE, we know what SmackDown is and we know the guys. We will pay and come. Don't be worried that we don't know who SmackDown guys are.
I don't get it. They did an NXT tour last year to Australia. They sent NXT down to Australia. Just NXT.
But not SmackDown.
But not SmackDown.
Yeah. Hopefully
I'm sure there's some sort of algorithm that calculates this.
It can't be timing.
I honestly believe it's the ratings. That's
probably,
why.
Yeah, it's probably the ratings.
Because the thing is, the Raw is an established show, and there's a timing. The thing is, SmackDown is not live here.
True.
Yeah, so the thing is, the ratings, I'm sure, is much less because people would have either downloaded it or watched it illegally somehow.
I bet Bell was so excited to have met Jinder if Jinder came.
Yeah, man.
For suddenly out of the blue, I'll start speaking perfect Punjabi to him. And have a decent conversation. And then kuto y'all in front of him. And then both will be like, Jinder. He'll be like, oh, Bell. So, that's a dream, And then take him to some Bhangra clubs in Singapore and Malaysia. And
Bhangra club in Singapore.
Yeah, man. Hey, he needs to get his Bhangra on. So, yeah. That's a dream. So, I hope they have a Punjabi women's wrestler come up, you know.
How long is this show?
It's just talking about my fantasies now. So,
Sick. Man.
thank you for tuning into another episode of Royal Rambles. Please find us on YouTube and subscribe to Rambling Monkeys, and also share it to your friends. We're also on Twitter as well. So thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you next episode.